Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the studio. Getting a few things out from the side of my wheel, some of the scraps that are in here. So this is what the wheel looks like without anything on it. This is the wheel all naked. Using a bat because I'm going to be making some pie plates today. Who's ready for some pie? Did you just have an ad? I just started the ads. Why are they trying to do one again? I need to plug this in. There we go. All right. Rachie, hello. Good afternoon. Isn't it great? The fluffy fluffin' fluffers mug, yes. I think I even got one of those in the kiln right now. Need to turn this down so we don't have some type of an echo. Right, I'm going to clean this off very carefully. This is a wooden bat, so I'm cleaning this off, scraping the excess clay off of it, but I don't want to, careful because I don't want to tear up the bat itself, scrape any of the paper off of it. Looks like some may have already gone. This is a masonite bat. It's what a lot of bats are made out of, but it's just pressed paper. So there's some studios don't want you to ever use metal tools because it can damage some things like this. You just gotta be careful. Today I will be making more mugs. Always gotta make mugs, but I'm gonna start off with some pie plates. And a little bit more slip on here. More than just water. I'd like a little bit of clay. We'll see if it'll stick with this. This is a piece of waxed canvas that I've used many times before, so it's more clay color than anything else. And I use this when I'm making things with a wider base, like the baking dishes, like a pie plate, or just a regular dinner plate. Things with a wider base, like just a I normally make things like the mugs is I make the piece, I use a wire to cut it off the wheel, and then and let it dry so that it doesn't stick to the surface it's being thrown on. With these, the base is such a wide surface that it's very hard to get an even cut on the bottom. Some people use plaster bats so that they don't have to cut things off. I don't have any plaster bats. I'm going to cut underneath the canvas. So where's the? I can pull this up and cut underneath it, and then move the whole thing away. And once the pie plate dries a little bit, just peel the canvas off. That way, I don't have to cut anything off of the wire. The bottom's going to be nice and flat, and I can move these around and only use one of my wooden bats. So that's what I'm going to be doing first. We've got 3 pounds of clay, which is going to make a 9-inch pie plate. My pie plates are a deep dish pie plate. And they're good for just about anything. And so with this, I don't have to leave a ton of clay at the bottom because I'm not trimming these at all. Whoops. There we go. Smooth that out a little bit. And then slow it down. Like the wider and taller something is, the slower the wheel needs to go. And then I need to get my ruler out. My ruler. Needs to be. It needs to be wider than this. So for this to be a 9-inch pie plate, it needs to be 10 inches wide now, and we're right at 9, right there. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a stretch and kind of angle out the top, and that is perfect. Now, pie plates can be ordered, you know, with whatever rim you want, but to make it look like a pie plate, I'm going to give it a frilly edge, or a scalloped edge. Celeste, hey, good afternoon. And so I do the scalloped edge freehand. We have, I divide the pie plate into quarters. You can even see the entirety of the pie plate here. And like the scalloped edge is, you know, not necessary at all. You can use it for your pie crust, but for me, it is really more about identifying the piece. It tells everybody that this is a pie plate. That is what this is meant to be. But I think with all of these I've made and all of them that I use, I don't know that but I think with and all of them, know that I actually made a pie. Because I use them for like bread, like I do cornbread, brownies. Straighten that back up. I've had people send me pictures of sourdough in here. I'm going to undercut that base just a little bit. And that's a pie plate. With these, like that's all I have to do with it. But I am going to have to dry these out a lot slower than the mugs, because if the rim starts to dry out too much before the base, then the base is going to crack. Because the rim will shrink and the base is not, and so something's got to give. So let me get underneath this one. Getting underneath this piece of canvas. Did I just mess something up? No. And cutting that off. And then I'm going to be able to just slide this off onto a flat surface. That is very important. It needs to be a flat surface. To let it dry. And I can come back and use my bat again. You know what? That's what it is. Okay, so it keeps going down and coming back every couple of minutes. Okay, that's why it keeps trying to start an ad. I'm like, why are there so many ads? It just ran an ad. That's, so I was not aware. Thank you. But there's not, but I know I've got internet. Is everyone else having the same problem? Actually, no, I know it's Twitch because it keeps running the ads. Or it keeps trying to run the ads. It's there. Okay. Well, I'm going to continue to try to throw my pie plates. If Twitch starts working again, then I'll have somebody to talk to. Otherwise, I guess it'll just be me and the cats. Brings up the ending stream for a couple of seconds, then pops back on. Celeste, you have goats. You have baby goats or just lots of goats? So far, it's not been an issue right now. Okay. All right, I guessed right that time. You've got 2 new kids at the hoppy silly stage and 4 others. They're all just pets. Everyone fainter. Do you dress them up in little jackets? All right, we've got another one. You're always out repairing the fences because the in the goat sheds is they butt everything, they hit everything. I've heard they eat everything too. Yeah, there's an old TV show where there's someone brings their goat into town and it accidentally eats dynamite. And so that's basically the entire episode. They're trying to make sure that the goat doesn't explode. Yeah, Rachel, yeah, thank you. Yeah, you called it out and now it's acting right. Just had to sit down and think about what it's done. So I think I have 12 of these. I'm not completely sure. I don't know if I have all of them here, but I think I have 12 of these pieces of canvas, so I can make 12 pie plates. I need 20. Let me center this one more time. I need 20 altogether. So it'll be at least a 2-day project. And I think I've got 25 pieces prepared, because that's what, because to make 20, I'll make 25, because you can always use pie plates for something. You know that one, yes! I don't assume everybody knows what the Andy Griffith Show is anymore. Cracker wrappers and cardboard, but not grass. Yeah. Not grass, which would be helpful. Ooh, that's a little bit too wide. Ooh. That's what I get for assuming and not checking. Let's see if we can make this a little bit smaller. So I'm doing a motion that's very similar to centering to bring this back in a little bit. Okay, so that's a good one, and then we'll fold this over a little bit so I can make the ruffled edges. And if you ever wanted a pie plate that didn't have the ruffled edges, if you wanted it just like straight up and down, I can do that too. It's like making dozens of little spouts. It did it again? Nanny? What are you doing, buddy? Like the cats were just having a standoff. And, hey? Don't kick it, please. He got clay on his foot. Thought he was going to kick the pie plate. What? So I don't know if anybody was here for that. Yep, it did restart. Let me move this one out of the way. Joy, hello. So I guess it's a good question. Like, so we have people watching on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook. So for anybody who's on YouTube or Facebook, have you had issues with the stream restarting? Has it like stopped and started again, or gone blank for a minute and then started back up? Or is it just on Twitch? Yeah, you imagine a cute little paw print in the plate. See, this is actually the first time I've made pie plates since we've had Mir, the gray cat that just walked through, so I fully expect there to be several paw prints on the inside of these pie plates, because he does that. He'll walk amongst things. Like, he doesn't like the sticky wet, but he will, like, walk through the pots as just to walk through the shelf. And I've got to be really careful as I cover them up, so that, like, because one of the last times I made a really large bowl and covered it up in plastic, he sat on the inside of it and collapsed the whole thing. You had to suspend hardwire wire panels in front of your warehouse rack when you had cats, as they would sleep or stretch in your wet or leather hard bowls. Yeah, great and weird shaped bowls resulted, yeah. Same name on YouTube, it is Pauly Studios. So if you do the, no, wrong way. If you do the shop command, it'll take you to our website, because we are paulystudios.com. Here we go. That feels about right. Here, let's see if the sticker's still here. I'm going to scrub it away. See, at one point in time, I thought about branding. There we go. Pauly Studios. There you go. These are pretty easy to make. It's just like, make a flat pancake and then measure them. The harder part is actually drying them out. Or getting them to dry without warping or cracking. Yay, there we are. All right. It's almost going too fast for me. Yep. That's where I got to. Okay. Here we go. So how many is this? 4? I think. Feather for Life, hey, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Yeah, this is pie plate number 4. There we go. Feather, hello, good afternoon. Sin, yeah, you've only seen the mugs before, yeah. I don't have to make a lot of other products all that often, but I have some orders for pie plates. Even have orders for some of these to be custom pie plates, because I can, there's not a whole lot of room on a pie plate, but I can like put someone's name on it, or in this case on the side we're going to put a little medallion that says established in 2025 as a wedding gift. And so this is how they start out. This is 3 pounds of clay. Go. And we just make a flat pancake and then slow the wheel down a little bit. I'm throwing on this piece of plastic, or sorry, the piece of canvas, so that I can slide the pie plate off of the bat without having to cut underneath it. That way I can ensure the base is going to be nice and flat, and then I don't have to trim anything. Let's see how wide this is. It needs to be 10 inches wide right now. We're almost there. So it will, because it's going to shrink, and if it's 10 inches wide now, then it'll shrink down to 9 inches, which is standard pie plate size. Even though this is not going to be your standard pie plate, it's going to be bigger than that because it's more like a deep dish. It makes it good for all kinds of things. It's makes really good deep chewy brownies. It's good for biscuits and cinnamon rolls and cornbread. Abner Felgar, hey, thank you for the resub. And good afternoon. Welcome everybody. Hope you're having a good weekend. We have a gorgeous day here. Finally, we have a weekend that's not rainy. But I shouldn't say that too much. I think we're getting rain later today. But so far it feels really good. You broke your mug. Oh no. Which one was it? Was it the chicken mug? I'm hot AF, yes. Well, I'd be happy to make you another. Well, I'd be happy to. And like, I don't think everybody claimed those mug coupons that you paid for. So if you want to remind people of those, do that. Otherwise, I can just use one and send it to you. Poisoned apple. We have 5 pie plates. I've got, I think I have enough pieces of canvas here to make 12 of them. So that's going to be my goal for pie plates. If I can get the lid off of this without getting clay on it. Refocusing? Trying to focus. But I use these pieces of canvas because when I'm doing things with a wider base, because trying to cut something this wide off of a bat by itself, like the bottom is always wonky or uneven, and I don't want to take the time to trim these, so I just use this piece of canvas to slide off of the bat when it's done, and then when the pie plate's rim is starting to dry out, I just peel it off, flip it over and peel it off. So it leaves the base of the pie plates nice and flat. And then I don't have to leave any extra clay at the bottom to trim away, so they're thin as well. Ooh. Slow it down just a little bit, because the wider something is or the taller it is, the slower the wheel needs to go. Almost there. Me. And then give it its frilly edges. So what would you put in your Poly Studios pie plate?
Okay.
Would you actually make a pie, or would you go more for like the brownies or breads? Or it's also really good for like making a side dish. My mother made a really, well, she makes a really good squash casserole, but it's the perfect size for something like that. It's not quite big enough for mac and cheese. that is mac and cheese the way I make it. Enough to feed 5 families. And that is number 6. What percentage do we think is going to have paw prints in the morning? Or I should be realistic, how many of these do you think are going to be squished all together by the morning? Which one is going to be the sacrifice to the studio cats? I think it just did it again. I think it just restarted. Okay, there we go. This is also how the amount of clay I would use to make a dinner plate, except the dinner plate is much wider. Okay, that is correct. There we go. I've got several kind of larger things that I need to make over the next week, and what I'll probably be doing is make like 10 or so of them like I'm doing now. I plan to make 12 of these, but make some at the beginning of the stream, every stream, so I'm not spending, you know, an entire day making like 20 pieces, because it takes a while to make the larger ones. Come on. Yes. Is it time for a cuddle? Or at least a few scratches. No? Okay, she was just passing through. She just, this is the only route through the studio. You're not sure how to do the new site? Oh no. Just send me an email with what you want at Blue Felgar. Yeah, because like it would be a custom listing, and I don't think we have a. I was trying to think, like, how long ago did you, how long have you had that mug? It's been a while. It's got to be over 5 years old, right? Or at least one of them is over 5 years old. This is Minnie, Minerva. We call her Minnie. Oh, you put it in your backpack and it fell out onto the concrete. No. There we go. And Rachie, thank you for the follow. Let's get this one off of here. We now have 8. And now that Minnie's here, I am properly supervised. Because I call the cats, we have 2 cats that live here at the studio, and I call them my supervisors. Yeah, it's still stopping and starting. I don't know what's going on with Twitch. It's just being twitchy today, and not in a good way. Do I still have the file? Yes. No, I still have the stamp and everything. Yeah. I never throw anything away. Okay, there was a lump in here, and I wasn't sure what it was, but it looks like it's just a dry piece of clay. It's not a foreign object, which is what I was afraid it was going to be. Alright. I can work with a dried piece of clay. Here we go. Let's try this again. A dried piece of clay or an air bubble I can work with. Well, it's gone now. Let's measure this. Okay, we can stretch out a little bit wider because it needs to be 10 inches wide now so that it'll shrink down to 9 inches. Okay. Oh, did you place the order? Okay. Or send me an email. I will check it and get back with you. All right, 3 more. Let's put a canvas on this. Everybody who's watching on Twitch, I don't know what's going on. Twitch seems to be just starting and stopping, starting and stopping. All right. What is this? This is pie plate number 10. And a fun part about this order, like it's an order for 20 of these. And they all get to be different colors. We may have to overlap some, but they want an assortment of colors. And this time when it came back on, it took away my category. So that one was a little bit too wide. Let's see if I can get this to go back in. We did it earlier. It like didn't change anything earlier. Change it. Get this rim to go back in. Now I think we're just off center, but that is a little bit less. Okay. Okay. All right, so we have number 10. Wait, that was 6. That was 11. I was behind. Or ahead, one or the other. And this is my last piece of canvas. All right, hopefully this will be the last one. And I think because Twitch is having so many problems, I think I may just shut it down after this and see what's going on. Alright, let's see what we got here. Well, I made 12 pie plates. That was one of my goals for today. And we'll see how many of those make it until tomorrow. Or how many paw prints. Any paw of them. Alright guys, I'm gonna shut this down and see what's going on with Twitch, but thank you so much for watching. Thanks